Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are all doing fantastically well. Looking ahead to Tuesday night's game against Sunderland today, a little match preview. And I've come to yet another park in Norwich. It feels like I'm just going around the different parks in Norwich for these previews. Today I'm at Plantation Gardens in Norwich. This is a bit of a hidden gem, this one. It's in the city centre, but few people know about it. It stinks of quality, yet few people are aware. Much like Mario Vrancic, you could say. Quality, peaceful, calm. Some of the traits that our beautifully groomed midfielder acquires, and also Plantation Gardens. I'm not paid by Plantation Gardens, but come down if you want to. Give it a search on Google. Here's a nice view. I often talk about food. Today it's gardening. Anyway, Sunderland. That's an interesting one, isn't it? They're bottom of the table and probably going to be playing their football in League One next season, which for a team the size of Sunderland is, well, it shows how quickly it can go wrong if not managed properly. And I suppose, although it hasn't been the best of seasons for Norwich City this year, it shows what could have maybe happened if we would have continued down the same path we were going in terms of paying players that are very average, exceptionally high wages. I actually thought Sunderland were one of the best teams to come to Carrow Road earlier in the season. They had a Lewis Graben firing on all cylinders. They had Aidan McGeady absolutely ripping it up. They had a very solid midfield partnership. I think Catamol was part of that. And defensively, they looked fairly sound as well. Admittedly, I think that was our first home game of the season. We were going into that off the back of a 1-1 draw with Fulham. And we were confident, and Sunderland just completely ripped us apart. And a lot has changed, obviously, since that moment in time. I haven't watched Sunderland much this season. The few sort of highlights I've seen, they've looked very poor, both defensively and since Graben has left. They've struggled for goals as well. I've seen they've tried to implement a few youngsters in, and over the past few weeks they've had a few better results. I think if they could have beaten Leeds at the weekend, they went 1-0 up, they would have maybe had a very slim chance of staying up, but Leeds ended up going on to get an equaliser and nearly went on to win the game. So they're probably down now, but at the same time they're going to be wanting to win games. This isn't going to be an easy game. No away game in the Championship is easy, as we know, but we should be beating them. And coming off the back of what was a special performance against Aston Villa, and you know, it was just nice coming away from Carrow Road happy and enjoying the football. I thought the second half, Norwich City were electric, and I use that word not loosely. I thought we looked very, very good, led by Josh Murphy's directness, and I think he's had 2 games this season where I've thought, wow, now that's the Josh Murphy that we're used to. Aston Villa away and Aston Villa at home. Both of them games he took on his defender, both of them games he beat his defender, and both of them games he had an end product. And if we can see that kind of consistency from him, then there is no reason why Premier League clubs won't be sniffing around him and won't be offering, you know, double figure, you know, tens of millions of pounds, because on his day he's a very special player. You couple that with a Dennis Sabreni who was working exceptionally hard and I thought run Terry ragged, and I thought he looked good. Not overly sure with his technical ability, but he's willing to run. He puts himself about. I think it's a lot easier to play a slightly more direct style of play with him. He holds the ball up a little better. I still don't think he's a first choice striker, but he's done a good job, and fair play to him. Mario Vrancic was pulling the strings in the middle of the park. And, you know, when you've got players playing like that, and Harrison Reed was just so good again. The ball for Sabreni's goal was special, and he buzzes about, doesn't he? As I said in my review, he's like a very angry Jack Russell, a Jack Russell that celebrates goals madly, and a Jack Russell that just loves the game. And it's really, really good to see when you've got a player like that on form. So we go into this Sunderland game. I'd keep the tactics similar. Defensively, I'm still not sure with that back 4. I quite liked it when we were playing a back 5. Maybe that might be implemented going into Sunderland. I saw Christoph Zimmermann come on late on, so maybe Farke's got some thoughts there. I thought Wes Hoolahan, you know, when he causes danger, so could maybe give Maddison a rest and put Hoolahan in there, who knows. So I'm feeling a lot more upbeat after that game at Aston Villa, although all Norwich City fans want to see now is some consistency. Once we see that, then you can start to get a little bit positive going into next season, because I don't know what's going to be happening over the summer, but you would have thought we could keep some of our better players. And then hopefully we find a system that works, and then hopefully we find some consistency. And considering the top 6 this season, you look at the likes of Millwall, who have you know, there and thereabouts. Sheffield United are up there. Middlesbrough didn't look much cop earlier in the season. You've got Aston Villa, who looked very poor at the weekend, who are firmly rooted into the playoffs. So, look, this league is average, and we should be challenging. So, yeah, I'm feeling good going into this one. I just want to see a similar style of play, hopefully some more goals, because it's lovely watching goals, isn't it? So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And also FansBet, a massive thank you. They're really helping us out at the moment. One of their special bets came in at the weekend, the TalkNorwichCity special bet. It was at 5-1. It was Norwich to win, Ipswich failing to win, and Leeds failing to win. So happy days. If any of you put that on, you would have got lovely odds on that. The same bets, some more special bets will be located at the end of this video, so go and check them out, fansbet.com or fansbet on your phone. Sign up with your team being Norwich City and your sub-branch being Talk Norwich City. Let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already, go and check out the Angus Gunn podcast. Really enjoyed that one, and it seems like you guys are too. So thank you so much for your support. I will see, well, I won't see you at the Stadium of Light. I know a few people going. I take my invisible hat off to you. Respect. From the lovely plantation gardens here in Norwich City Centre, I will see you later. Bye-bye.